Hello and welcome to WhatCulture Wrestling with myself, Andrew Pallard. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow all of that good stuff. But most importantly today, as you can see, I'm joined by the wonderful Jamie Hayter to talk all things you. Yes, you. Hello.
Hey, me.
Big waves. Yeah, to talk AEW Double or Nothing, which is this coming Sunday live on Fight TV. And we'll talk about a few other things. First and foremost, Jamie, how are you doing? Thanks for coming and joining us.
I'm doing great. I'm alive. I'm in Vegas. What more can you want?
That's pretty cool. How in general, like, how's the whole US thing? It's just like the move over there. Is that all well and good?
It's fine. A little bit stressful, and it's somewhat hard to kind of change from like UK life to the US because there's a lot of small things that are kind of like, oh, that's different. You know, like travel. You can't just walk somewhere. You have to like drive everywhere. Like it's very difficult, but it's fun. I like it. America's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It seems like one of those where it's I struggle to get my head around it, where it's like, yeah, we just drove to the next town, which was 6 hours, and it's like you can get across the UK in that time,
which is crazy because I remember like doing like indie shows back home, and like the longest one I ever did was like a 6-hour drive, and they're like, yeah, like I have to go down there and it's like a 10-hour drive. I'm like, really? And that's in like the same state? It's crazy. You don't really appreciate how big America is until you're here because it's fucking huge. Like it's so big.
You are there, like you said, you are in Vegas because this weekend, it is Double or Nothing, one of the biggest days of the year for wrestling fans. Yourself, I'm sure, will be cornering Miss Britt Baker, Dr. DMD. Against, at this point, it's we don't know if it's Ruby Soho, if it's Chris Statlander. That, as we're recording this is Thursday even, before Rampage tomorrow, before the pay-per-view on Sunday. What can we expect for yourself? Obviously, a good, honest, fair fight that you will not be interfering in any way whatsoever.
When do I ever do that? I don't recall any time I've ever helped or interfered or anything like that. Whoever Britt faces, Stat or Ruby, she's beaten both of them very easily before. So my girl is 100% taking this tournament. I know it. I'm going to be by her corner. Going to lift her hand after that match. She's going to win.
Okay. I like that. The confidence is pouring out of your being. Yeah. Of course, again, as I was recording this, Dynamite was last night where your old pal Toni Storm lost to Britt Baker. You had a little hand in that. How much fun was that to see Toni Storm lose for you?
It was great. That actually made my day. That made this whole trip worth it for me personally.
Yeah. And can we expect? Yeah, could we expect to see you guys tangling again? Because I believe in singles action, it's like 1-on-1 going back to Japan. You had a victory there. Obviously, Toni kind of had a victory over you so far.
I've never that was our first ever singles match.
Oh, right. Okay.
We were actually never in Japan at the same time. We'd never had a singles match. We did do a triple threat in which I won. So I do technically have one up on her. She has one up on me. So I would like to even that out and, get another win or so. So anytime she wants to fight, I'm down. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
Anytime, maybe something happened in Vegas. Who knows? It's Vegas. Anything can happen.
No, maybe we'll fight on the strip or something like that. I'll see her down the road. And I'll be like, "Hey, come here!"
Yeah, just like a few tequilas in, it just all kicks off. Yeah, exactly. It's like being over in the UK. Brilliant.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah. How's it been working with Britt and Rebel, and of course the wonderful Mr. Tony Schiavone? How's that been? This little group you guys have got.
It's been great. I love bullying Tony Schiavone. That's fun. Rebel's awesome. Obviously, Britt's awesome. I like our trio. We're very tight knit. We support each other. We always have each other's back, and that's what we want from not only a friendship group, but a stable in wrestling. You always have to have each other's back and be solid. So,
yeah. And if, say, an AEW introduced women's tag titles, would two of you three maybe fancy going for those?
Oh yeah. I'd be gunning for them straight away. With Rebel or with Britt, whoever, I'm cool with it. I was gonna say,
but you have to pick one, really. Then it's like, I don't know, unless you do like a freebird rule of the three.
I feel like probably Britt, because we tag the most. Like anytime we have a tag match, it's usually her and I. So I'd love to get some gold with her.
Wow, totally putting Rebel in the shade there. Okay, fine.
No, Rebel is more than Rebel is more than welcome to join as well. I'll tag with either of them, or maybe I'll be left out and it'll be Britt and Rebel tagging together.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be the one that's left out on the side. If I am, then okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah, they could be doing similar interviews right now, being asked the same question. They're like, yeah, I want to see with Brett, I want to see with Rebel. Yeah, Jamie's just there somewhere.
Yeah, she's over there doing whatever she does.
Yeah, once Double or Nothing's out of the way, the next major event on the horizon is Forbidden Door, which from what the interviews have been, I think Tony's put comments out there, or the usual places have been reporting that there won't be any female involvement in that, but there is scope for maybe Stardom to get involved somewhere down the line for any future shows. Of course, yourself has a pretty extensive history with Stardom. Yeah. Is there anyone you'd have your eye on for if and when this does come to pass somewhere?
Oh, that's an easy answer. Straight off the top of my head, Mayu. I technically never lost the SWA belt. I never dropped it, didn't get pinned, nothing. So I would love an opportunity to try and win that belt back. And I would love to wrestle Mayu because I think she's one of the best female wrestlers in the world.
Yeah. Would you have any interest? Sorry.
No, you go ahead, pardon.
Oh, yeah. Is there any interest from yourself? Because there is talk of Stardom doing a big show towards the end of the year to kind of dovetail into Wrestle Kingdom with maybe lots of international talent involved. Is that something that you'd be up for as well? If, the stars align?
If it does happen, I would love to be involved with it. Like, I will always have a soft spot for Japan, and I will, anytime I could go back there, I will. Because that's, for me, that's where I really feel like found myself in wrestling, and I feel like I really got better there. So to go back now, I would love that. I would love to work in Japan again, anytime.
Yeah. I mean, like you kind of touched on there. You're a very well-traveled lady who's been all around the world wrestling, cracking skulls as she goes, and now. How is it to now call AEW like your home? This is you now, AEW.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. Like, it's, like when you start wrestling, you think like, oh, I really want to get to like that kind of big stage or that point, but you don't really ever think it's gonna happen. And when it does, you always have like this kind of weird imposter syndrome, like, oh my god, I'm really here. Like, oh, I shouldn't be. Should I be here? Like, do I deserve this? Did I work hard enough? But then I'm like, no, I did work hard for this. So yeah, I definitely deserve and love being here. It's great to be on such a big platform with so many amazing people, wrestlers or coaches, and it's incredible. I can't really fathom it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's absolutely deserved, obviously. But I guess how frustrating was it when obviously things were getting going for you at this sort of level, and then the pandemic hit, and it's like, nobody can go anywhere for ages. You're just at home, like chewing on a fist of like.
It was such a depressing and sad time. I hated it, especially because I think we were like, so obviously COVID happened. I had to come back from Japan, and then I couldn't go back because my like residency card got stamped, and I didn't even know, because it was when COVID happened, they were like, oh, we don't really know when the borders are going to open again, so they stamped my card, so I couldn't get back in when you can travel again. So I was like sat at home, I was watching wrestling, and I was like, I just want to be doing this. All I want to be doing is wrestling, and I'm at home on the doll doing nothing, just working out, and that's it. It sucked, but everything works out in the end. I can't, I'm almost kind of glad how it worked out. Like, I don't think like I'd have it any other way. I think like everything happens for a reason, blah, blah, blah. Here we are. I can't moan about it now. I'm here.
Yeah. There was a time, I think, just before the pandemic, some point in 2019, where you did an NXT UK taping with Piper Niven, Doudrop, Viper, whatever we want to call her. Really talented girl.
She's great.
Was there any chance of that becoming more than just, was it always meant just to be a one-off, or was there maybe a chance of doing something more with NXT UK? No? Well,
probably not, to be honest. I did the NXT stuff, and then I went to the tryout. I know I was already going to Japan anyway, but I did the trial because like, it's going to be a good experience. And also, like, you never really know what's going to happen. Like, something could have come from it and if I didn't go, then I would have never have known. But in my mind, I was like, well, I'm going to Japan, so that's kind of where I want to be. So I'll do it, and if something comes of it, cool. If nothing does, then that's okay too. Like, because I'm gonna be there. So
of all these travels, you said going to Japan. If you could have one, just a one-off match with somebody not in AEW, but in the confines of AEW, who you've met along the way, who's not turned up yet. I mean, would it be Momo? Was it Utami? Session Moth Martina? Could we say?
yes,
I don't know.
That would be great session. I would love to wrestle her on an AEW stage. She's my good friend, and I feel like we would really beat each other up. Like, we love each other so much. It all be with love. Utami for sure. Like, that's such a hard question because I really would wrestle pretty much anybody on like the Stardom roster. Like, for me, that's like people that stick out most in my mind that I feel like, man, I really want to wrestle them again on like a different platform and a different stage. So probably any Stardom girl or Session with Martina.
Bring the cans, of course.
Yeah, she has to.
Yeah. Of all these people, who's the one that's like hit you the hardest, where like you really feel it the next day of like, God, man.
Oh man,
I'm sure you can dish it out yourself. So
Oh yeah, no, I definitely
swings and roundabouts.
I definitely can. You know what? I think the first time I wrestled Momo, when I first met her, she's such a sweet girl. She's so sweet and quiet. But then when you get in the ring with her, you think like you owe her money or something like that. She's fantastic. She's so good, like, and she's so young too. But I was there like, okay, yeah, you're beating my ass. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. I kind of enjoy that, so I'm cool with it. But I was like, wow, Momo, I'm not gonna mess with her. Like, she will beat me up and then some.
It's like, it nuts how like a lot of these girls are like 22, 23. It's like, geez, man, like how much scope to grow and get even stiffer as well.
So much. Like I always keep up with the product. Like, I watch the Stardom pretty religiously, and just seeing like how much it's grown. It's really incredible. The performance, like the presentation, everything. It's really wonderful to see. They're killing it.
Someone else that's been doing press today with yourselves, the AEW crew, who spoke to our own Adam Wilb on the video, should be up probably somewhere on our YouTube channel right about now, is Lord William Regal. Yes, how cool is that to have him like just there to go and speak to as and when you want, like one of the great minds of the modern professional wrestling.
It's fantastic because I feel like, especially being here, like all you want to do is learn. Like, I think everybody just wants to get better and put out a really good product for TV, which we do, but like, especially like personally, like if I want to improve on something, like you want to pick these people's brains, like a Regal, an Arn Anderson, a Dean Malenko, a Jerry Lynn, like all these amazing performers, people who've been in the business for such a long time. Like, you can just go up to them and talk to them. Like, it's crazy. Like, I never thought I'd be able to like go up to like Regal and be like, hey, I just want to pick your brain about something. Like, what do you think about this? Or, hey, I can't think of something. Like, it's great. Like, it's very handy. And I feel like in the short time I've been here, I have learned a lot and really made the most of the fact that there's so many incredible people here.
Yeah. As we start to wrap this up, because I'm just keeping an eye on the clock.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of Regal, and obviously one person as well who is another great mind to mine is Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
Would Jamie Hayter fancy a spot in the Blackpool Combat Club?
Yes, absolutely. Like, I would love to be. If I wasn't with Britt, I'd be gunning to go to BCC, but it's just because they kick ass. That's my shit. Like, they do the stuff that I love doing. And I think, like, I'm a bit rough around the edges and things like that, like a usual British person is. And I would love to be under their wing and like learn from them as well and be more of like a lethal weapon in the ring.
Like Steve Blackman, the lethal weapon.
Exactly. Yes. I'm going to be the new Steve Blackman.
I like that. Just about the head cheese. Forget that bit, and the rest is all gold.
Yeah.
Just to circle back to Double or Nothing. Actually, before that, I want to know, because the first time I saw you on TV, it was just you jump off the screen straight away because it's like, this girl hates everybody. It's brilliant. Like the sass, the attitude, the utter disdain in the best possible way. Where does all that come from?
I think a lot. I think the disdain in particular comes from like doing like the indie shows back home, and like people really didn't like me at points. Like they would be like, boo, like they'd like get in my. I remember I was at an indie show and I almost got punched by someone in the crowd, like because like riled them up so much. But the disdain and all that comes from because I enjoy riling people up. I enjoy pissing people off. Like it's not nice to them, but it's fun for me, you know.
Here I was thinking you're so lovely on this interview, and I said, no, I love annoying people.
I'm just a little shit, really. Like I'm just a bit of an ass. So.
Oh, we all are.
Yeah, exactly. The best kind of people are. So.
Exactly. Right. So Double or Nothing is this coming Sunday from Vegas. You will be cornering Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. What match other than Britt's match, whoever it's against, whether it's against Ruby or Stat, we don't know as of this recording. What other match on the card are you most looking forward to that has your attention? Maybe Jay Cargill and Jay? Or obviously you've got Thunder Rosa as well and Serena?
Of course. For me personally, like the card for like the whole show is incredible. Like I'm going to be watching every match very closely. But of course, my peak interest is the women's matches. Simply because it's like, you know, we're all in the same division. I'm keeping an eye on everybody's performance. I have one eye here, one eye there. So I'm always looking out, watching, keeping tabs. So I'm going to be watching all the women's matches very closely.
Maybe one of those titles will be in your future. So sooner rather than later.
Never say never.
Yeah, it's not for me to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jamie, thank you so much for giving up time to come and join us here at WhatCulture Wrestling. This has been fun. It's been really fun. I hope the weekend goes really well for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm sure whatever you do at the weekend, whether it's something, whether it's nothing, you will absolutely kill it. Because obviously well, there'll be no interference, clearly. But
of course, no. I'm to the book. I follow the rules. I'm a good girl, you know.
There's the disdain face. That was the disdain face. Then it's like, what? It just comes naturally. How can people keep up to date with yourself on the socials and whatnot?
Oh, just Jamie Hayter on Instagram, Jamie HYTR on Twitter. My name, but like just a little bit shortened, and that's about it. Yeah. Jamie
cool.
Hayter speaking.
The rascals.
I know.
Yeah, be sure to come follow us at WhatCulture on the Twitter. If you want, follow me at Culture Left Peg. I can't promise it'll be interesting. But thank you for tuning into WhatCulture Wrestling. Jamie Hayter, thank you for joining us at WhatCulture Wrestling.
Thank you.
Have a great pay-per-view the weekend, and we'll all catch you later.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Awesome.